Stuttering certainly isn't what it looks like. And that is one of the biggest problems we face. Because when we want to learn to overcome stuttering, we do what seems the right thing to do. But there are so many paradoxes when it comes to stuttering. It's unbelievable. I'm Barbara Dahm, the unconventional clinician. And I want to bring up some of these paradoxes to you today and show you 3 things that people believe about stuttering, that seem so logical, but that really are part of the problem. So let's get with it. I'm going to give you 3 of them today. It was hard for me to pick 3 because there are so many. And also, some of them are hard for me to explain to you because you might not really yet understand what the whole stuttering system is all about. But I will do my best, and I will tell you 3 that I think will be really helpful for you. So, the first thing is that the problem with stuttering is that people who stutter lack control over their ability to speak. And therefore, when they go to therapy, they learn speech controls, ways to control speaking. Now, you've probably heard me say before, control is the problem, not the solution. And it is so true. We think of it. When do you speak the most easily? When do you have the least bit of problem when you're speaking? When you're thinking about how am I going to do it well? Or is it when you have a moment that you even forget you're speaking? When you maybe have an aside, like I can't tell. What is it I want to tell you? Things like that. An aside. You were focused on what you wanted to say and couldn't say it, but then you had a little thought on the side, which wasn't supposed to be part of your speaking, said it aloud with no problem. Has that ever happened to you? Happens to lots of people who stutter. So, the problem with stuttering is that inadvertently you are exerting control over a system that is meant to function automatically. When people are speaking, they are not in conscious executive control over the processes of speaking. They happen automatically. So you may say, oh, well, that's all well and good for people who speak fluently, but I'm a person who stutters, so I need to learn controls. No. You are using controls. You don't maybe not realize it, but you are using some controls when you speak. So, that's paradox number 1. Paradox number 2 is that if I'm going to speak, I should plan the words that I'm going to say and therefore avoid the difficult words. Well, planning what we're going to say has nothing to do with speaking. So all the planning that you're going to do isn't going to help you at all. Because in that one moment when you go to speak, if you are doing one of the controls that people do, thinking about the words specifically that you're going to be saying, you will probably have difficulty saying it, if not stutter when you're saying it. So, that's the second paradox. Thinking about the words is harmful, not helpful. And the third paradox is that there's one thing that you can do that's going to change it all. I want to learn a technique. Well, speaking involves complex system. And I use this word very often, system. It is a system, and there are many parts to it. It's true that sometimes when you change one part of this, the way the system functions, other parts right themselves. But that's very rare. And usually what you might be learning to do, and that technique that you're learning that you hope is going to right everything, might just be learning more controls. If by chance it's something that helps you give up control, like maybe not being afraid of stuttering or something like that, then it's got a chance. But otherwise, if we're going to take the system and we're going to say, okay, I'm just going to work on my breathing, that doesn't change the system. I know you feel like you can't breathe. I know you feel like you have a problem breathing. But learning how to breathe doesn't really change the system. And it's not even really the problem. You feel what you feel, and it's real, but it's because you're using your system incorrectly. So, let's go over the three things. Number one, what was number one? Number one is that control is the problem, not the solution. Okay? Number two is that planning words is another form of control, and it's not helpful. It does nothing to help you in real time to speak. And the third is don't look for a magic bullet, something that you can do, because stuttering really involves changing your neurophysiological system. That's what the brain's doing in order to produce speech. And the mindset that you have that has a lot of input in how the system is going to work. Well, these are just a few. I have lots more that I could explain to you and go deeper into it. So if you're interested, make an appointment with me for a free consultation. And I'll be happy to look at your issues and help you to understand stuttering just a little bit better. And it's amazing. Once you start understanding it, you want to understand it more and more. And this will be what will lead you to being able to speak more easily. I hope this video helped you, and I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel and click the button so you'll get notifications.